Hey, yeah, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Foundry Virtual Tabletop from the ground up. Version 12. I forgot. Version 12 before from the ground up. Whatever. So, in our last episode, I said, yeah, now we're going to really start focusing in on modules. And I said, maybe we'll just start at the top, and active auras was the top one. And just kind of work our way down. I don't think that's going to work very well, and I'll show you why. But since then, I've actually gone through the modules, and believe it or not, I've actually trimmed it down quite a bit because on my other system that has multiple systems itself, or on my other computer that has multiple systems, um, it actually has like 300 plus mods on it. One other thing before I forget, um, if you, and this is kind of weird because we're talking D&D and stuff here, but if you have an account on the Demi plane, the Pathfinder Nexus, I think is what it's also called. They have all kinds of ones. If you are the first one in my comments to say, pick me, pick me, pick me 3 times, I have I believe, hopefully it's still valid and stuff. I've had it a while and I keep wanting to give it away, but I have a key for, I gotta go see what it is real quick. Where is it? It's right down here. Oh, here it is. It is for the Pathfinder 2. I believe it's the Bestiary. Yes, Pathfinder Bestiary. I believe it's Bestiary 1. This is not the it's not the Monster Core. This is Bestiary 1. So it's not the remaster version. Anyway, like I said, you're the first one that down in the comments says pick me, pick me, pick me. It's yours. I've been wanting to give that away for quite some time and I keep forgetting about it. So there you go. Now I remembered finally. So anyway, you can see we have 218 modules. That is split kind of, I mean, we have, of all these modules, they're the system agnostic ones, which it doesn't matter what system it's running on, it just needs to be Foundry. You have ones that are more customized and specialized for D&D 5e, and you also have ones that are more customized and specialized for Pathfinder 2e. Easy way to tell a lot of the Pathfinder 2e is if you scroll down here, they'll say PF2e or they might say Pathfinder. That's always a really good indicator. A lot of the D&D ones will actually say something about D&D 5e, D&D easy reference, for example, so on and so forth. So let's go and jump in. I just wanted to show you, I've actually trimmed this down a lot, and we're only down to 15 modules that have warnings. We have no errors, just warnings, and that would be these guys right here. I think everything I have in this list actually is working okay with version 12. So let's go and jump into our world. I think I want this one. I've been doing most of my testing in that one, and I've actually activated all those modules just to make sure. So we're going to jump in Tasman here, and we are going to do active auras as I stated in the last one, because I'm sure all of you were like, oh, we're so excited, we're going to be doing active auras. But it's not necessarily dependencies, but to really get the most out of it. For example, with active auras, you really have to be pretty have a more deep understanding of the workings of the inner workings of the D&D system to know how to actually get this to work really well. But if we use another module that's right down here with it, it makes our life a lot easier. And I will show that in, where is it? Dynamic effects. So this one, another one that kind of really spotlights and shows what's going on with active auras would be token effects, which is way down here. Token magic FX, actually. So it's way down here, and it kind of makes sense to go over all these at the same time. Now, first I want to show you, we're going to go ahead and enable active auras, and we'll talk about its different settings and the configurations, and then we'll kind of set up a really quick aura that, if I'm right, I think it's actually the one that is on the wiki when you actually click on it to do it. I just kind of mimicked that. It's from a long time ago that I set that one up. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to show you what I mean with active auras here. So it's rebooting or whatever. Actually, I guess it's done. So if we come in here and we look at our configure settings, we have active auras. Not a lot to set with it. It just says your measurement system, do walls block auras. So this is just saying, do the auras go through the wall? I usually set it, yes, walls will block auras. This can actually cause more of a performance hit, because now it's having to calculate, oh, here's a wall, I cannot go through it. And so it's having to limit that aura, especially if you're moving. To be completely honest, a lot of these ones that are passively doing all these computations and stuff, I usually don't enable. But this is a really cool one. I just want to show you some of the features and things that you know, these Foundry modules have. Height measurement, this really is better if you're using wall heights and stuff. So there's a module called wall height. I think it's by the Ripper. Ripper makes a lot of awesome mods, by the way. So as you can see, this is saying, does it use heights, right? So we'll just leave that enabled because the default one. Remove auras on death, very self-explanatory. Remove auras on hidden tokens. This one I'm not 100% sure worked right, because I couldn't get it to work right. Auras in combat, so this is definitely a system saver, because what it does is it only checks for auras while in combat. So it's not checking all that while you're just running around a dungeon or something like that. Definitely one that will save you more of your processing power of your computer. Disable scrolling text for auras. I've never really even noticed scrolling text, but that's a default. I've never unchecked it. And then, of course, debug. So those are basically our options. So when we go into a character now, I probably should have showed you what it looks like as a default without anything else. Maybe I should do that real quick. Darn it, I wish I would have done that. So we're going to disable active auras, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to not do those. We're going to leave those two on, because I think our other modules are using those. I don't know. So if we go into just character sheet, I thought I already had one. Guess I didn't. A little less prepared, but that's okay. We can just grab, I'm going to grab a paladin, because paladins actually have an aura that they get. So we're going to go ahead and import that. While we're here, let's just go ahead and get a couple more. Sure, why not a barbarian? Close that. Maybe one down here. Let's get a warlock. That should be enough. And maybe we'll also get a couple mobs while we're in here. So come down here, go to monsters, SRD. Let's do humanoids. Now let's get interesting ones. Let's do goblins and stuff like that. Actually, they're in humanoids, I think. Let's just do humanoids so we can do it quick. We can maybe even do undead, I guess. I don't know. So we'll just do one of those, and maybe a drow. One of those, just so we have a variety. All right, so default, when you go look at your characters, we'll go ahead into our paladin, since he is one that actually would use an aura. When we go in and look at under effects here, you'll see that you can set up effects without any issues. You can come in here, enable this so that you can add new ones and stuff, but you don't actually need to do that. So we can click on this, and you can see here we have new effects. So with new effects, we have the detail of the effects. So if we're going to give them, say, a ring of strength or something like that, we can do that by, this is just basic details. Is it suspended or is it active? So if you click on this, it'll set it to inactive. In other words, it's not. If it's going to do something with status condition, you can go ahead and set that. We have our separate status condition. As you can see, when the act effect is applied, these additional status conditions will be applied separately, and then there's just status conditions. You have the duration, which with auras, usually it's permanent, and then you have the effects here. So we can go and add effects. We kind of saw a similar thing like it's kind of like this when we were setting up our attributes in the world builder. But one thing here is we don't know specifically what is this attribute key. You have to actually know what the attribute key is. Now this is where we could use the Koboldworks inspector that I guess I don't have enabled here that we were looking at to kind of let us see that, but they're using that DAE or the dynamic effects one makes that a lot nicer. So I'm going to enable that real quick, which is how I should have probably addressed this at the very beginning anyway. So if we go enable dynamic effects, DAE, not only does this have lots of effects, like when you swing your sword, it could show a sword or whatever when it's coupled with some of the other modules. This actually has some really nice feature just alone to help us with, say, active auras. So let's go ahead and go back into our paladin now. And you'll now see that we actually have this little green wrench, and this is going to show you a summary of all your effects. So you can actually do it in here, but we're going to keep it, as if we're in the actual character thing. So here you can actually add a new one and add the effect and everything else. But if we go back to our effects here, and we're going to say we're going to add, well, here's our new one already. So we're going to click on this and say edit. So now you'll see it's a lot larger. There's more options in here, and you can read through those. We're not going to necessarily jump through that. Duration's kind of the same, but here's where it's different. Now under here, it's actually the attribute key, this, and the effect value. And the nice thing about DAE is if I click on this, look at this, it gives me all my different things. So if I know what I want, then I can actually just choose it here and be able to, say, oh, I want it to, give me, let's say, maybe AC or something like that. We can come in here and look up, something that is going to change your attribute key for your AC. I don't know, is it this one? System attributes, AC armor bonus. So we could do something like this, for example. Gives you a quick example. Hopefully this works, because this I'm shooting from the hip right now. And then let's just say we want to increase it by 2. So we can come in here and say +2. And hopefully we have an AC of 18 there. If we come in here and we activate this one, of course it didn't work. Oh, actually it's not active. Of course it didn't work right, but I'll have to look into that. But that's not what I wanted to really show off. I just wanted to show that active effects, or the DAE, actually makes it a little easier to know this stuff. So I'm going to delete that because I really didn't want it in the first place. I was hoping it would work on the first try, but of course not. So if we come in here, we can say delete and get rid of that one. So that's DAE. Now when we couple that with our whatchamacallit, our active auras, now it will be a little easier to set things up and actually get them right. So one thing that's going to change when we actually have active auras installed, which we should probably do right now, is go to manage modules, go ahead and activate active auras and say yes. It's so quick at refreshing when you don't have very many modules. So now if we go look at our paladin, for example, and we go into our active effects, we can, there's 2 ways you can actually do it with active effects. One is there is actually now an active auras thing here, and we can actually, oh, our paladin has aura of protection. I'm going to show you how to do it. You could just drag this on here and it would be all configured and stuff. I just want to show you how you could actually do it manually. We're going to do that exact same one, but I just want to show you how you would set it up. So you'll notice one big difference here is where it actually said effects now says changes. We have this auras one now where we can say, is the effect an aura? Aura? And so we can do that. So in this case, let's go ahead and set this up. And I do know that, for example, with this one, it's under SYSTEM. So system and bonuses, 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 and then it is abilities, ABILITIES, and it's going to be a save. So the protection aura will increase a save. And what it's going to do is add 2 to it. So if we go look at our character real quick, you'll see we have 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, -1, 0, and 4, right? All right, so if we say now +2 here, or actually I don't even think we need the plus, and hit submit changes. Now you'll see we have 5, 4, 5, 1, so it's positive now, 2, and 6. So we now have an aura going off on us. Now one thing that is not happening, if we bring our guy out here, Kurskar, oh, I don't have a, have to have a test scene. Save changes. So now if we bring our paladin out here, you'll see you can't really tell he has an aura on him, right? So what we want to do is, in this, so this is just setting up a basic aura. There's more going on behind the scenes than just what we set up. I mean, we know it is working, but we don't actually see it. So if we actually want to see it and stuff and have everything else work properly, we're going to go ahead and just delete this one, and we're going to drag the one because it's going to have the icon, it's going to have everything else. I just wanted to show you really quickly what you can do. So if we come into active auras, go ahead and grab aura of protection, drag it on him, you'll see if we go in here, a lot of what we did is pretty much the same. I mean, we do show that it is an aura. It's for allies. It has a 10-foot radius. You can see it only applies. Actually, that's this one. Apply active effects icon to effective tokens. So that means it's going to put the little aura thing on them. So we have the same thing, but here you'll see that this is actually going to go look at my charisma modifier and use that instead of just the +2. I was just doing the +2 just to kind of give you an example. But the rest of this is pretty much the same as we had originally. So this will actually set him up even better. So now you actually see he has an aura on them. It will go off when he's within 10 feet of an ally. So if we bring an ally into the mix here, let's go and bring a halfling guy up there, maybe our warlock down here, and we'll notice if we bring a couple of bad guys in also that it's not going to affect the bad guys. So if I bring him down, he's now within range of that bad guy. That bad guy's in 10 for that acolyte, but you'll see now that he gets in range of his, and of course it's not working. Let me just double check, because maybe it is working. We're just not seeing the thing applying properly. Part of the reason I don't mess with the auras and stuff. So if we look, he's +1, +2. Let's go ahead and move out of the range. Maybe he's not an ally. I wonder if they have to be in a party or something. Let's go ahead and create actor. Just see if that might be it. P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R. Or group. Alright, so now we have the party. We'll go ahead and bring these guys inside the party. Alright, let's go look at it real quick then and see if we can figure it out. This is one of the great things about modules, is figuring out when they don't work, why they're not working. So let's do this. We'll go ahead and come over here. We'll do this. Maybe we have to reactivate it. I don't know. Let's check. There, actually, that's what it was. Because it was already active, and then I have to reactivate it. So you'll see the one kind of goofy thing is because I'm in the aura, it actually does it twice on me because one, I'm the caster, and one, I'm receiving the benefit of it. Trying to remember, did I actually figure out how to get that not to show? I don't remember. I was playing a lot with it, but that could be just one thing you have to deal with. If you guys know better, let me know. But you'll notice that if I move out of the range of my friend, it automatically turns off and on. If we come up by this guy, it turns on. I don't, like I said, I don't think it has to be party. I think it just had to be restarted. We'll go ahead and delete the party to make sure. So we come down here. Yeah, so see, don't have to be a party. Just has to be another player character, or need to have the alignment set. Like if we went to this berserker, sorry, not that one. If we went to this berserker, double right click, and their default, it used to be right here, I believe. There it is, hostile. If we change that, say, to neutral, I don't think that will change it. Let's kind of move them out one more. If we change it to friendly, I believe this one will set them as an ally now. So it doesn't have to only be players, it just has to be where they're basically friendly with each other. I don't think secret will work either. No. So they do have to actually be friendly towards them. You'll notice, you can tell when they're friendly because you get this little greenish, bluish, teal box around them. Hostile will definitely have red, and secret will be purple. If you don't want your players to know what the disposition of that token is, you can do that. And if they're neutral, they'll actually be yellow when you mouse over them. So I don't know if you guys knew that, or if I don't remember going over that. But there you go. So now we have a berserker, hostile, friendly, friendly, and hostile. And so that's the active auras. What are we at? We're 22. Do I have time? Trying to think if I have time to do the other one I was going to talk about. Let's just forge through, I think. I don't think it'll be, well, maybe not, because I didn't talk about any of the settings of, did I talk about the settings of DAE? I did about active auras. Sorry, I'm so Space Casey. But the DAE actually has lots of different things. So we'll just quickly go over then. We'll go ahead and call it quits at that. Next time we'll talk about token FX. We'll do a little kind of demo of that with the active AE stuff, because what it can actually do is like make it so, you know, if I set it to 10 or 50 or whatever, I can make it so that an actual token effect happens, like maybe they glow or, you know, something fancy like that. So let's go ahead and go through these real quick, kind of get an idea of what they do. So this is saying, do they have dependent conditions? So status effects, poison, paralyzed. We'll also add dependent conditions like incapacitated. So most of these, to be honest, I don't really mess with. There are some that are more optional, that really, you know, it's purely what you want kind of thing. No duplicate damage. So if you have other things in here that actually will apply damage and stuff, this will try and mitigate that and say, no, they already got that damage, don't do it again. Expired time effects in real time. So that's depending on whether it's based off of your computer clock, or, well, I guess if enabled, about time's up are not installed, they'll be real time. So 1 minute will be 1 minute in real time. Display results of inline rolls. I usually don't have that one checked. Obviously that's kind of self-explanatory. The one thing that I don't think this is actually part of it anymore, because I've never seen this dime, and I don't even really know. I'm sure it's the DAE item macro editor, and I don't think I've seen that. I don't know. It says in the title bar, and all we have, maybe this is the dime. Maybe this part is the I don't know. But then what is that one? So we have the DAE in the title bar, which we saw there. The dime in the title bar, if we disable that, we still have that little wrench. So I'm not sure. The color, this is, right now it's green. You saw that little green wrench. This would turn it just normal. This is to make it just the icon, not the text with it. Add half health effect. That one I don't think I've ever messed with, so I don't know. Adds half health status effect to set the actor's max hit points to half its normal max. I don't know why you'd want that, but there it is. Load DAE for untested game systems. That just makes it so it's actually available in systems that don't necessarily say it's supported for. Amount of debug to show, right now it's set to none. This is probably as your info, warning, and errors, all, warnings, debug. Disable effect processing. If set, no active effects will be applied to characters. This is basically like disabling the whole module. Useful if you want to change character values that are modified by active effects. And then the duration here. DAE max short duration name. Absolutely no clue what this one is, but it's in milliseconds if I'm right. So this is a little over half a second. Because what is it? 1,000? Is it 1,000 or 10,000? I think it's 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. So there you go. Those are the things for that. Like I said, I really don't change them. Sometimes I might actually change the one that makes the green one. And maybe this is the dime. I guess we could try that, I guess. But I swear I've already tried that before. So if we go in here and say don't show the dime, and we don't even have item macro. I didn't even read that one, but that's item macro, which is another module. But if we do that, we'll just disable both those dime ones and see if it does anything. Yeah, so it's still there. Still click it, still get that. I don't know what the dime thing is. I don't see it in my hotbar. These are all regular Foundry things. All right, guys, so I think that will do for this episode. Hopefully it at least sparked your interest. Like I said, when you have these things that are doing extra calculations, you're definitely going to see a hit on performance. So if you don't have a robust system and your players don't have a robust system, they definitely will be filling it and seeing lots of lag and stuff. I mean, right now it's not doing too much here. I don't have any walls and stuff. I don't know if it gets 59, 60. I mean, just moving around is actually doing the frames down there. So, yeah. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Join my Discord channel. Tell other people about my channel. Check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. We grow the channel. Everybody wins. And that is it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.